Show courage, show strength, show pride, but show no mercy.
It's all fun and games until some sweaty little nerd in an NFL skin in a Call of Duty game takes you off your streak with the gravity slam. Or is it gravity spike in Black Ops 4? I don't even know. In Black Ops 3, I think it was called the gravity spikes, right? I think they call it gravity slam in Black Ops 4. It doesn't matter. But I showed that clip because it has a little bit of relevance to the topic of today's commentary, man. I get a lot of people asking me, you know, which one, out of the 3 recent Call of Duties, which one is the best? Or should I say, which one is the worst? That would probably be more appropriate. And which studio is the best? Or which one is the worst out of these 3? The 3 last Call of Duties that we've gotten. You know, it's safe to say that we are in the worst time of Call of Duty, I feel like. Everybody talks about Modern Warfare 2019 and sales numbers and shit, and Warzone and what it did for Call of Duty. It ruined Call of Duty multiplayer, in my opinion. Well, a lot of things did. Warzone, definitely a huge contributing factor to the state of Call of Duty multiplayer. Skill-based matchmaking is another one. Just greed, bullshit, nonsense, toxicity, all of the above. It's contributed to the state of Call of Duty multiplayer and what it is today. And the reason why a lot of us are not happy. A lot of us OGs anyway. I know a lot of people picked up the game for the first time. One of the first Call of Duties they played was Modern Warfare 2019. And they think it's the greatest COD ever, right? They think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Because they don't know what an actual good Call of Duty game is. That's what they think Call of Duty should be. Camping, playing tactically, playing Call of Duty like you would Rainbow Six Siege. That's what they think is a good Call of Duty game. I'm a little biased with this topic because you guys know, anybody who's been with me for a while, Modern Warfare 2019, in my opinion, will always be the worst Call of Duty multiplayer we've ever gotten. It is and will always be the worst. I don't care what trash we get in the future. It has to be. It has to be. In my opinion, I don't bounce around like that. Like I just watched a video from the homie Thunder. And you guys know I got a lot of love and respect for Thunder. I've been watching him for many years. I appreciate everything he's done for me on TSG and shit. You know, I got a lot of respect for the man. You know, but he does though. He was stroking Modern Warfare 2019 off in his Modern Warfare 2 in 2022 video. You know, he was stroking the game off a little bit, and I was like, God damn, yo, Thunder, man, you be bouncing around on Call of Duty more than a goddamn yo-yo, man. You know it's true. You know it's true. Back in the day, you know, he shit on a lot of games that he ended up loving and vice versa or whatever. No, usually if he hates a game out of the gate, you don't really see him come back to it too much. I remember Black Ops 3. Everybody was loving that game. During the beta, I remember seeing some videos from him like, Call of Duty's back, you know, and then he made some videos shitting on it because the streaks were garbage and that, and the specialists were starting to get annoying, and then he changed his mind again. He started loving the game. You can't really blame him for that, though, because it's, you know, they fixed some shit. They patched some shit, right? Opinions can change if shit gets fixed and stuff. That's completely understandable, you know? I just remember him, you know, dogging on Modern Warfare 2019, and then now it not so much, right? I don't easily forget like that. The only game I ever did that with a little bit was Black Ops 4, because Black Ops 4, see, I kind of group Black Ops 4 with these 3 games, and they're basically the booty sliding bunny hop era. You know, we had the jetpacks, and then we got really slow Call of Duty World War II. That game was a very slow Call of Duty game. Kind of like a COD 4. Kind of like a World at War. Not as good, but kind of like those games, right? Slowed it right down. I don't remember seeing a lot of bunny hoppers and shit and dudes dragging their ass all around the map. Like even that intro clip that you've seen, like you guys seen dudes bunny hopping everywhere, booty sliding, like their asshole is just lubed up with grease. Like this new age of Call of Duty player. It started with Black Ops 4. We didn't see dudes bunny hop like this, even with the jetpacks. We didn't. And I'll argue that I see way more people bunny hopping in Vanguard than we did in Black Ops 4. But it started with Black Ops 4. And I did kind of like, I remember during Black Ops 4, you know, I just really didn't like the specialists. There was certain things about that game that I didn't like. And the skill-based matchmaking was so thick, right? And I remember playing it. I think I went back to it though because I hated Modern Warfare 2019 so much. That's why I went back to that game. And, you know, playing that game without that really thick skill-based matchmaking and all the sweats they moved over to Modern Warfare 2019, it allowed me to see the game in a little bit of a different light. So I went from like kind of hating the game to I didn't hate it as much, right? But you'll never see me ever come out here and say something about a game and then be like the complete opposite about the game. You'll never see that from me. I don't flip-flop like that, man. Like, I'll try to be optimistic. I'll try to see the good, and I'll let you know the good in a game, right? Like, I really like this about the game, and I really like that about the game, but I really don't like this about the game, and I don't know if that could be fixed. I don't know if that'll be changed, whatever, right? That's usually, if I do a review or anything like that, that's usually how I handle it. That's just the way I am, man. I don't really flip-flop like that, right? Like, yes, and back in Black Ops 2, shit annoyed the fuck out of me, man, but you never once heard me say that it was the worst Call of Duty ever made, like some people did. You never heard me say that back in the day. I know I didn't have a YouTube channel, but if I was making videos, you would have never heard me say that, right? Because it was a great game. This game right here, this was a great game. It had some broken ass infuriating shit in it, but you would have never heard me say something like that, right? And that's the one game that I feel like I did that with, was with Black Ops 4. I moved it up a little bit, just a little bit up the ladder, right? I went from like hating it, basically hating it, to I hated it a little bit less after I got to see it in a different light after the sweats, moved it on over to Modern Warfare 2019, and I could appreciate things that we had in Black Ops 4 that we just don't have in these games now. It started with Modern Warfare 2019, the visibility problem. I think we can all agree that there's a huge visibility problem on this engine with these games. It's awful. Black Ops 4, I don't struggle. Did you struggle to see anybody in that opening clip? You didn't struggle to see nobody, man. You saw everybody perfectly. And that map grind, we originally got that with the first map pack in Black Ops 2. One of my favorite maps in Call of Duty of all time. Not just for a DLC map, just a great fucking map, man. Great flow, great layout. Your streaks put in work, but you did have cover from streaks if you were getting rained down on. Like, you know, just a great map that I feel like they're really struggling with these new games. And a lot of that started with Modern Warfare 2019. You could argue Black Ops 4, but Black Ops 4 had a couple of original maps in there that were actually really solid, in my opinion. Modern Warfare 2019, I really didn't like any of the maps in that game. I mean, Hackney Yard, maybe the best. There was a couple of others in there that were like, they were kind of okay. Were they really a good map, though, when you think of the maps we've gotten in MW2, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, World at War and shit? Are they really good maps? Even the ones that they brought back, they ruined them with save spaces and doors and shit. And the visibility. On top of the loud footsteps and everybody camping, you know, and they kill you in a couple of bullets because the time to kill, time to die was so quick in that game. Modern Warfare 2019, for me, will always be the worst COD multiplayer we've ever gotten. And if you remember back to those days, Infinity Ward completely ignored us, man. Everybody was crying out to them. They were reaching out. They were trying to get them to change their ways. They're like, look, dude, you got something here. If you could do this, I said it in many videos. All they got to do is switch Ninja and Ghost. Give us Ninja as the perk and put Ghost as the field upgrade. And I guarantee you I'll like this game like 100 times more than I do now. And thank fuck we finally got a host migration. I was lagging all over the place in this game. Yo, the connections on PS3 are just awful for these old games. They really are. But in this game here too, I don't know if you guys seen it like a minute ago in the gameplay. I went to throw my C4, but it kind of lagged and it got stuck to something. And then I didn't even press the buttons to detonate it. And then it still detonated. It almost fucking killed me, man. The lag was just so bad. Thank God we got a host migration. But anyways, get back to it. So now we move on to Cold War. You know, Cold War, like I said, I enjoyed Cold War up until it hit me with the skill-based matchmaking after Nuketown 84 dropped. And it was so bad for me in Cold War. I just remember, like, it put such a bad taste in my mouth for that game that even now I still haven't gotten back and played it except for 2 games, which I'm actually planning on making a video about. Just recently I jumped back on for a couple of games. And it wasn't a great experience. But I did enjoy Cold War. And honestly, I feel like now it's safe to say that I enjoyed Cold War the most out of them. But I find Cold War is missing something, man. Like, it's missing its soul. There's something not there with that game that we seen even with Black Ops 4, and that was a hollow-ass motherfucking game from Treyarch too. I still feel like Treyarch is the best developer out of the 3. You know, I was giving kudos to Sledgehammer Games. They were the one studio that gave us an overhaul and shit. And I know it's kind of premature to talk about this with Vanguard, because Vanguard's only been out for a couple of months. You know, they haven't had a whole life cycle like Treyarch did with Cold War, like Infinity Ward did with Modern Warfare. But just seeing the state that the game is in now, and the fact that it's gotten worse since it dropped, and it also broke other games, how could I have them above Treyarch at least? We can all agree that Infinity Ward seems to be the best at graphics, and guns, the way they sound, the way they look, and all that. I'll definitely give that to Infinity Ward. So I don't know, man. Like, the gameplay for me is more fun in Vanguard, but the game is so infuriating because it is so broken. It has so many problems, and it just seems like nothing's getting fixed. But we had that same problem with Infinity Ward 2 with Modern Warfare. We had some of that same problems with Treyarch and Cold War. I have to have Treyarch number 1 because as frustrating as Cold War could be, as boring as that game could be at times, as lame as the streaks were and shit like that, especially with some of the other bullshit streaks they had in that game that erased your streaks, you know, they took over that game hella late. They didn't have much to work with, and they were hit with the pandemic the most when they were making that game, right? They were in the middle of it when it was the worst it's ever been, was when Treyarch was working on this game, when they had to take it over hella late and try to fix Sledgehammer's mess. So I gotta, like, you know, I gotta have Treyarch number 1, man. I do. I have to have Treyarch number 1 still. You know, I'm gonna give them a pass with Cold War. I kind of gave them a pass with Black Ops 4, but Cold War it's not really fair, right? Considering those circumstances. I'll give them a pass and see what they got for Black Ops 5 or whatever they end up calling it. I have no idea. Maybe they'll start a new IP. Hopefully they do. I mean, the Black Ops name is big, but you know, it's time to try to start something new, man. Give us World at War 2. So for now, I still got to have Treyarch number 1. I got Cold War number 1 out of these last 3 games that we gotten. You know, I'm going to put Vanguard ahead of Modern Warfare just because Vanguard is more playable. When they fix it, Vanguard is a more playable Call of Duty multiplayer, in my opinion, than Modern Warfare 2019. Modern Warfare 2019, man, you were literally punished for moving. And it had the bad fucking visibility, and it had the bullshit, and it had streaks that really didn't do all that much. Everybody camping in buildings, and it had the safe spaces and the fucking doors everywhere and everything else. And I think I gotta have Sledgehammer Games still a little bit, not much, just a little bit ahead of Infinity Ward. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.